is Charles Stewart.
And the Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams.
We are Church Without Walls.
And we are here today to give you information that you don't normally get at church.
We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12.
Call in with your comment or your questions, and we'll be glad to try and answer them for you. If we don't have the answer today, we will get it to you on a message.
Don't you dare miss it.
This is Congressman Cedric Richmond, and you're watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
Hi, this is Stan Schofield, and I'm inviting all of my KWK family and my family to watch Church Without Walls, 11 o'clock on Mondays, for the greatest and latest show around. Thank you.
I'm Cynthia Lee Shang, and you're watching Church Without Walls on New Orleans Talk Network.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Joe Lapinto, and you are watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
This program does not reflect the views and opinions of the New Orleans Talk Network. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. You are listening and you are watching Church Without Walls. We come your way every Monday morning in the studio of the New Orleans Talk Network. As I said, we are on every Monday morning, 11 to 12, Central Standard Time. I'm your host, Charles Stewart, and also Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams. We thank you for inviting us into your home, to your automobile, your office, wherever you may be. We want you to know that we appreciate, we love you, and we thank for those who listen, also for those who call every now and then. Many people say they watch, but so many does not call. But anyway, we are here. We provide the topic. You provide the conversation. And we just want to let the community know that we love you from the bottom of our heart. And we want to share with you whatever information that we learn in our church house on Sunday, where we learn in the community. We want to share it with you. We also, Dr. William and I, would like for you to share with us what you know about what's going on. Because I know many out there know way more than we know about a lot of things. So we can educate each other. So if you like to get in on the conversation, any topic that we talk about, and anything you want to talk about, we are open. Because remember, you are the church. And we are the church. So we not want to knock down all walls that stand in each other's way. We like for you to get, if you like to get in on the conversation with us, call us. 1-563-999-1808. Again, you can call us 1-563-999-1808. And we want to hear your opinion. And we also like to get your definition of what you believe Church Without Walls are. You know, we want all walls that stand in our way to get aside, step aside. And we know that we're going to have our ups and downs. All of us going to get knocked down sometime. But when you get knocked down, it's all depending on how you get up. And that's what makes the difference. We are the people, don't care how many times that we get knocked down, we get back up, and we is a fighter. I hope that you have had a great week this week. We hope that many of our listening audience, some I know that have had some disappointment. People, some people I know, a couple of them people in their family got killed. Some of them got killed in car accident, and some just plain old mean people took their life. And some of them, God have called the spirit to come on and be with him. So we send to all those families that we love you, we praying for you, and we all pray together and we love one another. And as you know, this week been a trying week for many people. Many have been watching many things that been going on this week. And last week you heard Congress they is going through impeachment process. And that was top it all last week. Should the president be indicted? Should he be impeached? And that's been most of my friends. That's been most of what a lot of them been saying. And it got so much in the news, so much going on. It's so much going on until one of Roger Stone, who one of his top advisors and closest friends, was indicted on all charges. And that didn't even hardly make the news because so many other news, so much other news that's going on. So we have a lot to talk about and a lot to cover. But we covered some local issues in the studio this morning. 2 weeks ago, they had election. And many council race, Senate races, and the governor race. And we congratulated everyone again for their victory, and we pray to God that they do a great job. The people seem to have faith in them, that they're going to do the job. Mr. Bowie in New Orleans, I know he had won part of his district covered Jefferson Parish. In Council District 2, Mr. Dino Banana, he won. And we're praying that he do an excellent job. And also in my District 3, new elected Councilman Byron Lee. He is going on, I think, now for a third term. So hopefully his experience, the first 2 terms that he was in, hopefully that he will use that experience to take District 3 to a higher height. And we're praying for all of those that had victory in the election, and also the government race. We had some talked about the governor race last week. Dr. William and I, we debated last week the African American. That was our topic this week, and that's part of our topic today. Is that the African American community voted 98% for him. What did we get out of it? And I want to make it very clear that our listening audience and viewing audience understand that the governor won by 98%. And I think that the African American community, we are cheating ourselves. Now, this is my personal opinion. Only Dr. William, I don't know his opinion on this, but it's just my opinion that we give up too much for nothing. What I mean about that is, people think the governor, for those who think the governor was a better candidate, they voted for him, and primarily 90% African Americans believe that he definitely was the best for our community. But my question is, I believe in my heart that his opponent, Mr. Respondent, should have came before the community. Both of them should have came before the community. Both of them should have been asked the question for to get our vote. What are you going to do for our community? And I think that it's too one-sided. And I believe that most Democratic candidates, when they run against Republicans, they worry about if we gonna vote. They know how we gonna vote, so they really don't have to offer us nothing no more they have to make sure that we go vote, and they use every possible
Scenario.
what you would call
Scenario.
that, Dr. William,
Scenario.
literature. I noticed this morning as I went to my post office box, you still getting mail. They use in Rosie Park. If your vote count, one person make the difference. All that's good, but what are we getting out of it? Rosie Park wouldn't sell on their bus, but they got something out of that. Understand that real well. When Rosie refused to give up a seat, a movement happened. They was able to no longer sit they was able to get from the back of the bus to the front of the bus. Now we driving the bus. So something came out of that, but I'm saying if the governor gonna get 90% of the vote, I think he should give something up no more. And the threat always be is if Republican win, he gonna cut your food stamp. He gonna shut down the black university. And anything contained to the black community that it's gonna be shut down when a Republican governor get in. And the reason why I bring that up and why I think the Holy Spirit put this on my mind, I remember years ago when Dave Treen had won the governor, and he won the governorship, and the whole talk was if Treen win, he gonna shut down Southern Grambling. He gonna cut this. He gonna cut that. And some African Americans from down in Plaquemine Parish met with him, and they reassured him that they would get the African American community to vote for him, provided we would do something to help them. And also, they had some people out in I think it was in East Baton Rouge. They made the same proposal, and I think Obin Homer. So they worked real hard, and he maybe got 7-8% of the African American vote. But what did that do? He seen that the African American community wanted to work for him, wanted to help. So he did more. He was governor, I think, for 4 years. He did more in them 4 years than all the other time that a Democrat been governor. And what did he do? He appointed more African Americans in high position in Baton Rouge than any governor. I'm saying he put them in the governor mansion all over the state. I know some of them. So that is why I made a statement last week. What do we get out of it? So if we're gonna vote for the governor or whoever we're gonna vote for, we need to get something out of it, no more than we get a threat. I don't think that they're gonna cut no food stamp because African American probably only receive more, probably Dr. William, 25-30% of food stamps. So
not even that high.
Huh?
Not even that high.
Not even that high. And so that is why a statement I made last week was made that it wasn't nothing against the governors. That I think that if you don't have no competition, the other person will do what they want to do. How you feel about that, Dr. Williams?
Well, I think the people that we're putting in office should not just look at one race, but they should look at all races and what is good for the community as a whole.
Right.
When you start looking at the people that actually put you in office, you want to try and make sure that you put some of those people in positions because they are able to minister to you. They are able to pass judgments on to you on their opinion, on the opinion of the people that help to put you in the office. And once you get some people in office who can work with your administration to improve things in the community, then we're looking at the improvement and the development of our community. So as far as looking at just one aspect, saying they're going to cut food stamp or they're going to shut down black university, I think that's just a news media ploy to to get you to vote a certain way. They don't put all of the news out there where people can receive it. They only put the part out there that they want, and that's basically so that they can get their rating up. And so what we've got to be careful about is those things that come before us. And we've got to, as a community, we've got to be educated on what that person has done or what that person is capable of doing within that community. And once we address those facts, I think that will make for us to have a better judgment on who we're going to vote for. Some of those things are not happening. When we look at John Bell Edwards, did a lot in the state for many of the not just African Americans, but for everybody, for Caucasian, Vietnamese, Spanish, Hispanic, all. We've got a government who is looking at all races and how we can become one, that we can become a unit working together. The Bible tells you a house divided against itself will not stand. So we have to take a precedent as far as trying to get the people that we put in office to work with all of the community, not just part of the community.
And Dr. Williams, you're so right, and I said again that last week that we was talking, and Dr. Williams, one of the most disturbing things that I've been saying for years, and very few people, they look at me and they smile, they tell me I'm dreaming, but I don't understand why that the African American community, we is the only race of people that is primarily all Democrats.
We got people who dream about things, people who watch other people dream, and people who make their dreams come true.
Right.
So if you're living on somebody else's dream, you're not accomplishing anything.
It's true.
If you're looking at people who make things happen, they're making their dreams come true. So you've got to be, you got to look at what you would like to see done, and then you got to work toward making those things come true. The biggest problem we have with many of us is that we look at other people's dreams, and we look at the past instead of living in the present, so that we can correct our future and make it better for everybody. And we're going to take a break right now, and then we'll be back and we'll continue with this subject.
You are listening, you are watching Church Without Walls in the studios of the New Orleans Talk Network.
Here at Jones Insurance, your full-service agency, let us take care of all your insurance needs. We provide homeowners insurance, flood, rental, commercial, auto, and life insurance. Don't let the unexpected tragedy destroy your family's future. Here at Jones Insurance, 7603 West Bank Expressway, Monroe, Louisiana, 772. Contact Lois at 504-348-1492.
Hi, I'm Prophetess Charlene Duforce.
And I'm Bishop Carol Duforce Sr.
And we're from Living Witnesses Ministries.
And we also have a program on the internet called Living by the Word Daily. And we're seen every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon Central Time on the New Orleans Talk Network.
And we would like to invite you to tune in with us every Wednesday morning. Again, 11 to 12 noon Central Daylight Time. Please join us as we teach the Word of God. Thank you, and God bless.
God bless you.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
This program does not reflect the views and opinions of the New Orleans Talk Network. Viewer discretion is advised.
Back. You're listening and you're watching Church Without Walls in the studios of the New Orleans Talk Network. Your host is Reverend Dr. Anson Williams and Charles Stewart. We are so happy to come to you every Monday morning, and we always grateful that you listen and watch us on Monday. And a topic today been a subject that we were talking about last week about our voting, how we vote, and what do we gain from it. Anything that you do, you should be rewarded. And I believe that we don't get rewarded for a lot of things that we do. We have a call on line 1. Call on 1.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
You said everything that we do, we should be thankful for it. I didn't understand what you meant.
We are having a little problem hearing you. I don't know if the producer need to turn the volume up a little bit. If you need to talk a little louder, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was saying you said everything we do, we should be rewarded. I didn't understand what you were saying.
No, I said that the thing that we do, we should be rewarded for something that we do. And everything that we do for a cause, we should be rewarded. I mean, it's obvious we can't be rewarded for everything we do, but I think that if we go out and vote for candidates and work hard for them, I think it should benefit the community and our state and our city.
Okay. Well, I somewhat agree and respect your response, but I had another frame of thought in mind, if I'm allowed, and it may connect.
Maybe the producer can turn the volume up a little bit. We can hardly hear.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm on my cell, and it's the loudest. Is it any better? Is it any better now? Okay. I'm going to just go. I may be getting a little off a topic, but when you said be rewarded, and it says, I'm going to go to what Hebrews 13 and 15 says. Thereby him, which is referring to Jesus Christ, let us continually offer the sacrifice of praise to God, that is the fruit of our lips. The fruit of our lips, giving thanks to him, his name. And I said that to say, because it's Thanksgiving, for Christians, every day should be a Thanksgiving. Even beginning our prayer, thanking him for Thanksgiving. Right. So I said that to say, if you do something for anyone, whether it's your vote, or whether it's a kind gesture, or whether a gift, then it should be, I think it should be done with the thought of, okay, I've done it, and God knows the heart and way I've done it. So I planted the seed. Now I'm going to allow God to do the rewarding. Because if we continue on and pound on the fact that I did something for you, now you need to do something for me, it's going to be more to me as tit for tat. Because if I've done it, now I'm moving on. Now, if you don't do what you said you were going to do, and my reason for voting for you, well, the next time an election comes, you won't be getting my vote. I'm going to give you the opportunity to do what you said you were going to do. I'm not going to keep running to your office continually to pound you, because I don't want it to be said, if you would allow me, certain things take time. So therefore, that's the thought that I have with that, and that's a personal thought of mine. So not to just say, okay, I'm expecting something back, because if God even says it, if you do something, and I'm not going to quote the same scripture, and you do it, you do it. Don't let your right hand know what your left hand doing, because if you go out in the synagogue and you want the praise, you've already gotten your praise. So therefore, do it in your secret closet, and God will reward you openly.
But Carla, could I add something to what you're saying now? What you're saying, I think we primarily going in the spiritual realm. What I'm saying is that, okay, like elected official, okay, say you, going to use you as an example. Say if you ran for office, you came to Dr. William and myself and said, I'm running for office, I need y'all guys' help. And we said, we'll help you. But for our help, here what we'd like for you to do. In our community, our street don't get no attention. In our community, they got crime. We name you several things that if we support you, these are the things that we ask you to do when you win. And that is the realm. And what I'm saying is, like in the governor race, I don't even know no proposal that they really had for the governor that I was. Now, I'm not saying they didn't have any, but I'm thinking that it was no competition there to the governor. All he knew one thing: I needed the African American community to go vote. I know they're gonna vote for me, but I need to do whatever it takes, ever mean necessary for them to go vote. That's what I'm talking about, Carl, is that is we not getting nothing for for our vote. And I think it's been going on for quite a while. I mean, like
well,
you're looking for to get something out of something,
One of the things that
my response to that would be, this is he was going for his second term in office. Now, if I did not see any response from the first term, then it should be not voting for him for the second term. So for those that felt that he did not, and there was a lot, because it was almost 50, it was 49-51. But those who felt that he did not but those who felt getting the other end would be worse, even if it goes with the thought, let the lesser out of two evils. But I don't feel that way with Governor Edwards, because I see a response. And whenever you go behind someone, first you need to do house cleaning. And any time that an elected official goes into office, the first 4 years, first 2 years, they're not doing anything but cleaning up, trying to improve whatever it is that the ones before them. You then start seeing action if you bring them back in. Well, I like what you did, so now let's see what you're going to do in the next 4 years. So I would think that what was done and given the opportunity, give him the opportunity to say, okay, you're back in there. And then, so if you don't do anything this time, then you're not. Because gender left this place a mess, a total mess. It was the same as when Obama walked in. They were saying what he didn't do. But he improved, and then he improved more on the second term. So this is what I'm saying.
Caller, in all respect to the governor, the governor did do some things for the community. And I use the word community when I'm talking about everybody. But there are some things that, as we have to realize, that when a person is in office, it takes a communication of the whole staff, the whole organization, to promote those things that they want to see done in the community. And sometimes it's
I agree.
you want to see those things done, and you want to get those things done, but it takes work to get that done. And you have to promote different programs so that different organizations can help to promote those things with you. So when that's happening like that, then we can see where certain things are actually developing in the community and the community is actually prospering. It has to prosper on all sides, not just on one side. It has to prosper on all sides. You may not get everything that you want from the governor, but you have to go back and see, did you actually get anything? Did you get something for my vote? What did my vote count for? That's
Well,
what we,
then I'm asking, does this make sense? That then individually, and when I say individually, in our community, in each community, asking, we do a town hall meeting, asking the governor or a representative from his office to come in and sit in and say, this is what we need within our community. I know you're working as a whole for the state of Louisiana. So therefore, can you give us someone to work with us in our community? These are the needs.
I can receive that. And so one of the things that we're going to put out on the station today is that we would like for, if it's possible, for the governor to send some, if he can, send someone to the station so that he can talk about what the government plans are for this term that he's going to be in office. We'd like to say to the councilman from District 2, come and get on the show and tell us what are your plans for the community. We'd like to say to the in District 2, Dino Bonanno, he's been on the show and he talked about what he wanted to do. We'd like to get some of those people who actually won that seat to come on the show and talk about some of the things that they would like to see happening in this state. Some of the things that they want to clean up that haven't been cleaned up. Some of the things that are vexing people in the community. Come on the show and tell us what are you going to do about some of those things. This is the
Okay,
purpose of
and then you have to present it to, yeah, right, I agree. And you present it to them. Now, also, it can start, as you said, with our local representative, inviting them to the station, and then proceed with the governor. This is what he said, and have him to commit. Because we have local representatives for the point where everyone can't not barge in at once, but that representative is supposed to represent his community. So therefore, bringing him on and say, this is what we need. When are you expecting to speak with Governor Edwards? And therefore, as we have you here, will you help us do a community speech? We can provide the place, a town meeting. We are asking you to commit to this. We're going to stand by and we're going to hold you to it. Because I don't want someone to come in and tell me what I need. I want to tell you what I need. So therefore, it can be structured.
Hey, Colin, now me and you, now we headed on the same page. Now let me tell you where I'm coming from. When you say you want to say what you need, now the point that I will always try to make with people is that say for instance, our local councilman, senator, state representative, whoever that may be, when a governor runs for any statewide race, the governor said Democrat governor. They got a Democratic councilman. They got a Democratic state representative. Somebody, the governor people, going to call that councilman who represents that district, going to say, "I need your support," and normally that's who it's people going to deal with him. So everything trickle down. So what I'm saying is, the only way that you could offset that is you have to be balanced. And I don't know if you caught this last week what I said, Caller, that the African American is the only race of people that I know is all one way. They all Democrat. But if you would check Vietnamese, Chinese, any other nationality, the Cubans, they is almost balanced. They got so many of them, 40% of them mostly going to be Democrat, 40% of them going to be Republican, 20% going to be independent. So they represent it. If you notice, you don't hear nothing about President Trump is the only, I say, elected official that talk about they gonna send the foreigners back to their country, but ain't the local say the local community, you're not gonna hear that because it's a balance. A Republican realize he can't discriminate against those whoever they may Vietnamese, whoever they may be. He can't discriminate again because they balance. They got 40% of them gonna be against me. Same way with the Democrats. So it's a competition now. And I'm saying the African Americans, we need to be competition. And you think it responding, know that 40% of African Americans in this state may possibly would vote for him if he reached out. He think he would have brought Trump in here? Hell no. He said, Mr. President, please get away. I need them African Americans vote, and they don't like you. Don't come to my state. That's the only point that I was making last week is that we need to balance this thing that Elwood, I said again, he had one worry about us voting. He knew how we were going to vote. He had no doubt in his mind that we would vote for him. He just worried about if we were going to vote. And the motivation was they gave second line party. You probably aware of their second line parties. They had get out. They had every means necessary to get the vote out, but he ain't really had to promise nothing for it. All he had to do is provide money to get party. But look here, call if you want to hold on a minute. We have to take a break. If you want to hold on, we'll be back in 60 seconds. You are listening. You're watching Church Without Walls.
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on the Gulf Coast that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
This is Charles Stewart.
And the Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams.
We are Church Without Walls.
And we are here today to give you information that you don't normally get at church.
We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12.
Call in with your comment or your questions, and we'll be glad to try and answer them for you. If we don't have the answer today, we will get it to you on a message.
Don't you dare miss it.
The New Orleans Talk Network, now on your mobile device, on your computer, in your ear, and interactive. It's new, it's innovative, and it's on your mobile device. Android, iPhone, iPad, and on your computer. Take us wherever you go. Because we're interactive. 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255.
This program does not reflect the views and opinions of the New Orleans Talk Network. Viewer discretion is advised.
We are back. You are listening and you are watching Church Without Walls in the studios of the New Orleans Talk Network. We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12 Central Standard Time. Call, you still there? Hello?
One more thing to say. I want to thank you, Reverend Dr. Williams, and I want to thank you, Mr. Mr. Stewart, Mr. Charles Stewart, giving the community the opportunity to call in to voice their opinion, to even comment, positive or negative. You're open to it, and you're willing to help the community. I say that I would like to challenge, if I'm allowed to, the callers to meet you all and to tell you all what is needed. And the avenue would be through calling in and letting them know, even if it's something, let them know what's happening in your direct community or what's affecting you completely. And even if it's, as I said, with the community, even if you have a light out, even if you have an abandoned home in your area, something you want to address, these two fine gentlemen can definitely be instrumental in getting that out to the community through your voice. So I would like to challenge the entire community, the entire listening audience of this community, of this radio station, of this broadcast, to meet me, even in conversation, to meet the others. And I apologize if I interjected myself in that me, but I'm a part of the community, and I care about it. And I want to thank you for that opportunity.
Well, Carla, what we would like also in this last part of the show is that we would like to we want to talk to people about what they are thankful for. Some things that have happened in their lives that they are really thankful for. We had a gentleman who was supposed to appear on the show today, and he had some problems with his physical body, and some things.
Could I interrupt for 1 minute? Call the gentleman that Dr. Williams talking about. His name is Anthony Thomas. You probably know him. He had one that the operation that he had only been 2 in the whole United States as of a month ago. I don't know what done happened since then. But if he had an operation, he had a transplant, a heart and the liver at the same time. I think that had happened maybe twice in the whole United States. And he asked to come on the show to tell his story, how grateful that he are to God for allowing him to come through that kind of surgery, and how grateful and thankful he was to be part of Thanksgiving. But he had a doctor's appointment that he couldn't get around. It was scheduled at the same time, the show for 11:15. But we thank him. He says we still gonna have him on the show. We just couldn't get him on here today, and he want to tell this story. The miracle that God had a part in his life. So that's what Dr. Williams was getting, was bringing to your attention, that we have a lot to thank God for, and God did a miracle in all our lives, And
yes. What I like to thank God for. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Interject.
Go ahead, Carl.
Go ahead on, baby. I'm sorry.
Okay. What I would like to thank God for, as for in my life, every night I say my prayers. Every morning I say my prayers. I thank God for my parents. Now, my mother, December the 19th, will be gone. She made her transition in 2017. But I still cannot and will not omit the fact of thanking God for him having her in my life.
Amen.
And my father still being here, and they have been married 61 years. This month, from January until July, January the 22nd, I also, February the 19th, I had 2 surgeries, torn rotator cuff, serious pain. I had to come home with a needle in my neck because I had heart problems. Well, July the 26th, I had to have an ablation, a second ablation, where they had to cut off certain rhythms in my heart to keep from it continuing to damage my heart.
Okay.
And I'm thanking God for the fact that I had praying parents who taught me how to pray. even though there were times, and I'm not going to say I didn't get depressed, and maybe times I have gotten to the point where I no longer wanted to live. But it was not my place. God gave me this life, and the thought was, I'm going to thank him for it. I get up in the morning, I walk through my house, I thank God for it. I thank him for my home. I thank him for the feet that he's given me. I thank him for my sons, my daughter-in-law, my siblings, my grandchildren. I had surgery, and they're telling me right now I need another surgery. But I'm out here in Franklinton, Louisiana, with 2 of my grandkids. It's nothing but God. So as for me, every day is Thanksgiving.
And we should look at that. We should be able to thank God for a lot of the things that he's done for us. And some of us get up in the morning and we don't worry about anything. We just go on about our day and not realizing that if it had not been for him, we wouldn't have even gotten up this morning. But because of him, we were able to get up and dress ourselves and go where we needed to go, irregardless to whatever sickness or infirmities are in our body. He still give us the strength to go through whatever it is that we are going through. And I was listening to a minister on my way here today, and he was talking about how some of us have the mentality of a dog. And a dog will always return to his own vomit. But if we're returning to something, it ought to be returning to praise and thanksgiving for what God is allowing us to continue doing as far as our being. For the Bible tells us in him we have our movement. In him we have our being. And if we can go through with those things, realizing that had it not been for him, we wouldn't even be here. We'd be leaving the land of the dying and headed for the land of the living.
And I totally agree. Some people, when they wake up, you can, as you said, you can jump out of bed, go to get dressed. There are ones that can wake up that can't get out of bed.
Now you talk about the rhythm.
Wake up and,
you made reference to the rhythm. You made reference to the rhythm. You said you had 2 rhythms.
I've been suffering with atrial fibrillation. When I also had they diagnosed me with what they call HOCM. That's just acronyms. And what happened in the middle of an ultrasound, usually they don't get that diagnosis. And what happened, that diagnosis comes about, the doctor told me, in a autopsy. That's the rhythm that if you know when athletes come off the field or come off, finish playing and then they just drop dead, that's what I suffer from. And then when I had the surgery, the medication, the opioids that they gave me, and they had to give it to me so it wouldn't affect my heart. And what happened, it did affect my heart because the dosage was too strong. So it sent me into another rhythm. And so that's why I had to go, once I was allowed to, go back in and do another ablation. And what they told me, 10%, which I had the first ablation in 2016, they said 10% came loose. And what it did, those rhythm goes to the other part of that heart, and it was damaging the heart. They also found that I was told for many years that I was bleeding somewhere, and they couldn't find it. And they told me that I had a leak in my heart. So I said, God is good, and he's good all of the time. And I can say, well, I had this, and God is dealing with me. He said, write it down, make it plain. Because I don't understand a lot of people say, I'm not going to claim it. If you're not claiming it, if the doctor told you, then now it's your opportunity to say, God, I know what the doctor said, but I know what you said also.
Well, you think about it like this. God told the disciples, he says, greater things shall you do than some of the things that I've done. And all he's saying there is there are going to be people who's going to be given the knowledge and the understanding on how to correct certain things within the body. But you have to have faith to believe that it's actually going to be done.
Yes.
So when you go
faith without works is dead.
So the works is
That's
what they're doing, and the faith is in you that is going to be corrected. So as it stands right now,
again,
you're
faith without work is dead. You can't just believe. Faith, once you finish your prayers, God is expecting something from you. All your blessings is not going to just drop from heaven. Some blessings you're going to have to really work for.
Yeah.
And the Bible also says some come fasting and praying. You know, some blessings come by fasting and praying. You know what you've asked God for. And if he said it, and then don't get upset with him because you didn't get it as soon as you got off your knees, because he deals in seasons. So, and my thought is, if my neighbor is being blessed, I'm like, oh, Lord, thank you. You're in my neighborhood.
and
I'm going to wait on you.
And God is always in your neighborhood. Once he's in your neighborhood, he'll make things happen. So, Carla, as it stands right now, you're doing pretty good right now with your after the surgery now?
I am doing good, but because I had to compensate my shoulder on the right side and I had to do lifting on the left side, I had a wonderful caregiver that made sure I took care of my medicine, and I want to thank God for them. And then now I just found out I have torn my rotator cuff on the left side. But I'm asking the Lord, don't let it be as bad. I'll know Thursday, because I'm going to take it with me to my grave. Because that is a surgery I don't want to go back to. I believe he can take me through it, but I'm going to believe this time that he's going to bring me through it. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to make sure I'm not doing any lifting or straining on that side, so to allow God to do the healing.
Well, Carla, we sure appreciate you calling in today, and we hope that everything will go right for you. We're about to come to the end of this show, and so we're going to let Charles have the last words on this, and I'm going to want to reach out to the community again and ask people to please, sir, please, ma'am, start calling into the show. We give you the number at the beginning of the show so that you can call in and give your opinion or voice whatever it is you would like to see done in the community. So please call in. Please call into the show. We would love to hear from you. I'm going to reach out to the Lincolnites in this community, the alumni. Could we please have y'all please start calling in? Going to reach out to some of the churches. Start calling into the show. Give your opinion. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, Dr. Charles?
Call again, I'd like to say to you, rotator cuff. I done had that problem. I told mine twice, and I refused to take the surgery. I rehab it.
Yes.
It worried me a little bit sometimes, but half the time I don't even know it. Certain time if I go to a place where it's real cold and I sit up on the air conditioning, give me a little problem. But other than that, I rehabbed it, and I'm doing pretty good. It's very rare it worried me. And another thing that comes to the heart, I want some people to call me the Bionic Man, because I had open heart surgery.
Oh my!
And they took my heart out of my body and put it on a bowl of ice and did a bypass, and then they put it back and started me up. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. But I think about it sometimes. All I can say is thank you, Jesus. And God's been good to all of us. So, all of us go through something, but thank God Almighty, He bring us through it. And I always tell people all the time that every day is a great day, and
every day
when
is a
you
day
wake
of
up,
Thanksgiving. Every day is a day of Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. And when you wake up, Carla, in the morning, it's always a great day. It's a good old rainy day, a good old sunshiny day, whatever it may be, cold or hot. As long as your blood running warm in your body, it's a great day.
Yes,
thank you so much, Carla, for calling. We hope that you have a great Thanksgiving and your family be blessed. And the family of Church Without Walls, we hope that everyone have a great and a super Thanksgiving. May God bless you. Enjoy your food. Enjoy your family. On behalf of Dr. William and myself, we love you, love you, love you. And Dr. William say nothing you can do about it. We love y'all.
God love you. I love you. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. And as we always end the show by saying, there's no such thing as being half dead.
If you dead, you're dead. We love y'all and have a great Thanksgiving. See you next week.
Yo, Mob, kick it for me one time.